you mentioned before the office holders in Georgia who resisted him.
Let's talk about
and that's an important part.
Let's talk about the call to Raffensperger.
Right,
which one of you wants to talk about that?
Just to we have a chapter, the Republican Stone Wall, because the fact is that the Republican office holders in Georgia, and Republicans controlled all the top positions, governor, attorney general, secretary of state, legislature, resisted him at every move. Brian Kemp, at this point, is fed up with Trump. The best explanation for why is his wife got fed up that Trump kept taking credit for Kemp's victory over Stacey Abrams. And she had it with Donald Trump, and this bolstered her husband to stand up to him. Chris Carr, the attorney general, vowed to resign if the state if he had to defend a special session of the state legislature. Of course, Raffensperger was the top election official and was under unbelievable pressure, and we talk a lot about that, was a stalwart, refusing to bend to Trump.
But the real hero, Raffensperger endorsed Trump early on.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he was a Trumpy.
Oh yeah,
he
was a loyal conservative Republican. Ronald Reagan was his hero. He admired Trump. He thought he was a self-made businessman, and he endorsed him. He was one of the first in the Georgia state legislature. He was a
I thought that was really fascinating.
And then Trump endorsed him. But when asked to cross the line and do something illegal, every one of them said, no, we're not going to do that. And the real hero is the woman we write about, Jordan Fuchs, the aide to Raffensperger, 30-year-old Republican consultant, who Mark Meadows reaches out to for that phone call on January 2nd. At this point, they're getting desperate, by the way. The clock is ticking towards January 6th. They needed a win somewhere. They needed some place, some state where the election could be thrown into doubt. And they thought Georgia was their best bet. It was a solidly Republican, had been historically a solidly Republican state. Republicans controlled the legislature, controlled all the top offices. They figured that was our best chance. Let's do that phone call with Raffensperger. Jordan Fuchs, knows the danger that Raffensperger faces getting on the phone to Donald Trump, how Trump can distort anything that gets said. Plus, Trump is suing Raffensperger at that moment, so they are litigants. So she makes the decision unilaterally on her own, spur of the moment. She's going to tape the call. She doesn't tell Raffensperger. She doesn't tell Meadows. Of course, she doesn't tell Trump. She's on the call, but you don't know that because she put herself on mute the whole time, so you never hear her voice. But she was taping the whole thing. And it was because of that we have the most compelling evidence of Donald Trump's pressure campaign on state officials. It's central to Jack Smith's indictment. It's a big part of Fani Willis's indictment, of course. And we wouldn't have it if this young woman hadn't made this split-second decision.
And by the way,